Well, I've picked up the XA6 today and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It's in very original condition, and the engine bay it's a bit dirty, you know, but I'm not too worried about this. This can all be cleaned up in the coming weeks. I put a brand new Lucas battery on there. I already had that battery. That was for my previous Jag, which I got rid of a few weeks back. I never fitted it, so that one's completely brand new. It had a battery on that worked, but it certainly won't be as good as this one. It's completely brand new. And I found one. I've just been sort of fishing through. The engine bay is very, very dirty, but it's mostly surface dust and dirt. If I rub that, there's no rot in here. It's just completely filthy. It's never really been cleaned, and I will detail that. The cap's missing off the washer bottle. I've started to buy all of the service equipment. I've bought a set of complete new spark plugs. They're NGK. I'm sure they're fine, but they've not been changed in a while. I think 5 years. The car's done less than 3,000 miles in 5 years. It was serviced 5 years ago, but I don't think it's really been touched since then. Certainly not service-wise. It's had a few belts and bits and pieces that have failed, but I've actually found it's a vacuum hose. I was just fishing around, and if I zoom in, you can see that's completely split. And I think it's something to do with the heater, but I can't be absolutely sure without checking your manual. If I get a little pair of scissors, it's supposed to go in here. Let me just turn the light up slightly. I've got an LED light. See if I can get a bit more brightness. Where does it go? It goes right in there. So I'm going to actually, what I've done, I've taken the pipe and I've sort of found it back, traced it back here, and I've just threaded through about an extra inch. So I'm just going to, a bit awkward one-handed because I'm holding the camera with the other hand. I'm literally just going to snip off the rotten bit. That's probably about right. It's completely perished, so I'm just going to snip it off. There we go. And see if I can fit this one-handed. Got a nice clean cut. It's a bit awkward one-handed, but let's see if we can do it. Probably not one-handed, if I'm honest with you. I think I'll need to put the camera down and do two hands, but we'll see. It is a fiddle. An awful fiddle. So the car drove absolutely beautifully, so I don't think this is going. I'm sure it's something to do with the heater. Very fiddly one-handed. I think I've done it. Have I done it? Yeah, I've done it. Here we go. Yeah, it's on. It's on. I'll check that a little bit better when I turn the camera off. I really do need two hands. I haven't done anything at all. That's the only thing I've done. Just changed that battery. Haven't even tried to start it yet, and reconnected that little bit of. There's the old bit that I broke away. It's an original car. It's never been restored. This car since 1984. It is rather old. Yeah, it's very brittle. I'm sure it's something to do with the heater. I'll check it on the service manual, see what it does, but it obviously needs to be connected. I'm actually going to leave it. I'm not going to change the spark plugs today. I really do want to drive this car. I'm going to put a little bit of petrol in and take it for a drive. I've only driven it about 2 miles, not taking it above 20 miles per hour, so it definitely needs a service. But I've topped up the oil. I have fresh oil. I don't yet have the filter. Hopefully that'll come tomorrow. I have a complete new set of spark plugs. I'll fit those tomorrow, I think. And I've also, and what else am I waiting for? Waiting for the air filter, waiting for the fuel filter, oil filter. Is it under here or the other side? So there's no point in trying to change the oil. I haven't got the filters, so I'll just wait a little bit longer. This is very, very important on Jaguars. This is the crankcase breather, and it's filthy actually. It doesn't look like that's been cleaned out in a while. So I'll take this off, and you just clean it in white spirit or paraffin, something like that. It'll have a metal, it's probably brass, like a gauze inside, and that's the crankcase breather, because obviously with the pistons flashing up and down, it creates quite a lot of pressure in the bottom, and it comes up the front. The pressure comes up the front of the engine. It's filtered through here to take any oil particles, and the pressure goes down this pipe here. Yeah, it's quite a simple system, but it's easy to forget that gets blocked. And if it gets blocked, it creates huge pressure inside the crankcase, and it makes the oil leak up the side of the rings. So the car sort of smokes like fury, and you think it's worn out, and it's not. It's just this breather gets blocked, and possibly that pipe gets blocked. So I'll check all that out over the next few days. It looks to me, I can't be absolutely sure, it's not brilliant light, but it looks to me like there's slight oil seepage coming down here. But bear in mind, this is 36 years old. There's definitely damp oil, and these nuts are supposed to be chrome, and it's lost all the chrome. So I'll buy a new set of nuts. I'll buy a new gasket for both cam covers, and at the same time I'll change. There's a gasket behind here. I'll take the whole breather out. It's only about £4 or £5 for the gaskets, and I'll completely, just as a matter of course, I'll put brand new gaskets in there. And whilst that's off, this rather grotty looking cam cover, I'll buy a brand new Jaguar badge for about £4, and I'll strip this, sand it, and I'll completely repaint it and polish the strips so it'll be black with very, very shiny ribs and nice new chrome nuts. The chrome's worn away. I'll try and polish those with chrome cleaner, but I don't honestly think I'll be able to save those, so I'll probably have to spend £20 or £30 buying some new chrome nuts. But that will look rather lovely, and we'll start with that, and then I'll sort of work through everything else in the engine bay, cleaning everything out. It needs a good vacuum. Look at all this crud in here, this leaf, and it really does need quite a lot, but I'm rather thrilled with it, and it does have magnificent oil pressure, very, very smooth engine. And I'm convinced it's totally original, never been apart, but it's been serviced by Jaguar main agent since new. It's only under the last ownership, and that guy did about 3,000 miles in it. He's the only, I think I'm the fourth owner. It was two gentlemen, I'm gathering possibly friends or relatives, and they kept the car very close to where it was purchased and used the main agent that the car was purchased from in 1984. So yeah, that was always serviced at the agents that sold the car, right up until the last gentleman I bought it from. And he first thing he did, he had a major service when he bought the car about 5 years ago. Then he just didn't really use it. He kept it in a garage, kept it covered over, and yeah, just never used it. So I'm definitely going to be using it a lot, and I'll be doing up to 1,000 miles a week in this majestic beast. I've actually removed, it has a mascot. I know they're not supposed to be there on this model, but it's been there since new. I've got the invoice that the main dealers, it's even got pitting and tarnishing on the mascot. And I'm actually going to go out this evening and see if I can't get some quick release nuts, because this car is going to get parked in the open. I don't have a garage, and somebody will merrily tear that off and leave a gaping hole in the bonnet. So I'm going to find some quick release nuts that it maybe take me 60 seconds to put it on when I want to drive it. But yeah, I'm going to stop here. I'm just going to close the bonnet properly, get myself cleaned up, and take this car for a good drive. I've not driven it before.